When you're pressing eyeshadows, there are two different things that you're going to need: surgical spirits and a dropper. If you don't have surgical spirit, you can use vodka, but for this one I'm going to demonstrate it using surgical spirit. Now, if it's just a slight break, you don't need to break it up and repress it. All you have to do is just press it back into place very gently, and then once making sure that your fingers are clean, you want to take the dropper, take a little bit of the surgical spirit, and then drop it all around where it's cracked. Wait till it's sunk in, and then making sure that your fingers are clean, you want to press it down firmly, but not too firmly so that you break it all over again. Now, if it's completely broken, you will have to do a different method completely. Now, I know the eyeshadow I'm using isn't completely broken, but I'm just using this to demonstrate. So you want to take all the pieces and make sure that they're back in the pan, and then taking a needle or a pen or a pin, whichever you prefer, you want to break it up into smaller chunks, and then taking the dropper again, you're going to dip enough of the surgical spirit so that it becomes more of a paste. Don't put too much so that it becomes a liquid. Take something like a cotton pad, a tissue, or even a muslin cloth, and placing that over the eyeshadow, you're then going to press down really firmly. Now, depending on the shape of the pan, you want to find something which has a circular shape or a rectangular shape. An easier thing to do is just to take a thick piece of cardboard and cut it out to the right shape. Now, depending on what kind of material you use to press down, you'll get a different effect. For example, with a muslin cloth like this, you'll get quite a rough effect, so it won't need something like a tissue instead. One thing you should avoid doing, especially if you have a larger product like a blush or a powder foundation, is taking it out of the pan completely, mixing it and then putting it back. And the reason being that if you try and scrape the top or if you repress it, you'll find out that some of the product will just splodge out of the edges because the spirit has already made it much thicker. So when you're mending an eyeshadow, always try and mend it in the pan, and other than that you should be fine.